Students, welcome to this video lecture number session 21 for BBA, subject consumer behavior for 5th semester BBA for Bangalore North University. So in this second chapter, determinants of consumer behavior, we will study about the theories, various theories of attitude change. So in previous class, that is in video lecture session number 20, we have discussed about consumer attitude formation and change, how this consumer attitude is going to form in the minds of the consumer and how it is going to make changes. For that, we have studied various factors that is involved in the formation of attitude in the consumers. That is group factor, that is family, reference group, and socio factors, and some of the personality factors, and even some direct experiences and direct marketing, and some of the social medias, how it is going to affect. And these are the various things we have studied in the consumer attitude formation and change. The learning objective of this session is the students will be able to explain the various theories of attitude of change. And the session outcome of this session number 21 is the students will be able to explain the various theories of attitude change. So before going to the various theories of attitude change, first we should know the meaning of the attitude change. Attitude changes occurred when an individual attempted to re-establish balance by modifying their attitudes. Whenever there is a modifying their attitude, then that constitute change in the attitude of a consumer towards the purchasing behavior of the products or services. So these are the main four theories of attitude change. So which is given as consistency theory, learning theories, and social judgment theories, and functional theories. Let us discuss one by one theories. First one, consistency theories. The basic assumption of this theory is the need of individual for consistency. So the individual must be consistent. There should not be any changes in the purchasing or pattern behavior of a consumer. So this is the basic assumption that should be make not to understand the consistency theory. He must be a consistent one. And there must be a consistency between attitude, between behaviors, and among attitude and behaviors. Now to work these theories, there should be a consistency in the attitude of a consumer and between behaviors of a consumer, and among attitude and behaviors, there must be a consistency. Generally, this theory works it. Next one. A lack of consistency causes discomfort so that an individual attempts to ease tension by adjusting attitudes or behavior in order to once again achieve the balance or consistency. Say lack of consistency causes. So if there is no consistency in the attitudes of a consumer, that gives the discomfort so that individual attempts ease the tension by adjusting their attitudes and behavior in order to gain the achieve balance consistency. And next move on to second theory, that is called early learning theories. So this theory might more accurately be called behavioral theories of attitude change. Even this theory is also called as behavioral theories of attitude change. And these theories were also developed during 1950s and 60s. These theories, early learning theories, was developed during the year 1950s and 60s. During this time, learning theory reflected by behavioral psychology. So this theory was developed, reflected in the form of behavioral changes of a psychology of a consumer. A major commonality of these theory was their emphasis on the stimulus characteristics of communication situation. The major commonality of this theory was their emphasis on the stimulus characteristics, individual psychological characteristics of the communication situation. And the next theory is social judgment theory, where it focuses on how people's Prior attitude distort their perception of the position of the advocated in the persuasive messages and how such perception mediate the persuasion. How a consumer is going to perceive the things, how it is going to impact the individual things. And this theory assumes that person's own attitude serve as a judgmental standard and anchor that influences where along a continuing persuader's advocated position is perceived to lie. And this theory is attempt to apply the principles of judgment to the study of attitude change. Even this theory, the core proposition, the core proposition is to can be can be a person's current attitude serve as a judgment anchor for new attitude position. And whenever there's a determine whether a message's position will be assimilated or con- contrasted, position falling with the latitude of acceptance will be assimilated towards a person's current attitude. Position falling within a latitude of rejection will be contrasted away from the person's own attitude. And ego involvement of a person broadens the latitude of rejection of narrows that latitude non-commitment. Both assimilation and contrast effects increases as a positive function of a message's position and recipient's attitude. Ego involvement increases the anchoring properties of initial attitude. Greater assimilation produces more positive evaluation of message content, which produces greater amount of attitude change. Conversely, a greater contrast produces more negative evaluation of message content, which produces lesser amounts of attitude change. And if there is any ambiguity, confusion enhances the likelihood of a judgmental distortion. So these are the some of the theories that has comes under social judgment theory. And next one is functional theories. So under functional theories, understanding the purpose of attitude is identifying the characteristics of functional theory. The basic main thing in case of functional theories is the identifying the characteristics of various attitudes of a consumer. That is the most important things in case of functional theories. Attitude serves different function for different individual or for the same individual in different settings. Attitudes serve as a different functions for different individual or for the same individual in different setting, different capacities. The reasons for attitude changes are individualized and related to personal functional attitudes. So various reasons there is we should be identified because of there is a change in attitude that should be individualized and related to personal function of attitude. Personal, because of personal function, there may be changes in the attitude of an individual. This theory holds that successful persuasion entails implementing change procedure that match functional basis of attitude one is trying to change. One is trying to change. So these are the, some of the functional theories concepts. And as well as there is an utilitarian function acknowledges the behavioristic principles that a people are motivated to gain rewards and avoid punishments from their environment. And a utilitarian attitude are instrumented in securing positive outcomes of preventing negative ones. And there one may be a concept called call it as the knowledge function of attitudes presumes the basic human needs to gain a meaningful, stable, and organized view of the world. Attitudes apply a standard for organizing and simplifying and perceptions of a complex and ambiguous environment. So attitude provide a way of sizing up objects, events, so they can be reacted into a meaningful way. So these are some of the concepts comes under functional theories. So out of these four theories, I have given some multiple choice questions so that can be better understand of these theories. First one, social thought and social behavior are both influenced by attitudes, research procedure, behavior constraint, and all of the above. So the answer is attitude. So attitude is purely a concept called the social thought and social behavior, which are influenced by the attitude of a consumer, not the research procedure, behavioral constraint. Compared to attitudes acquired through indirect experience, attitude acquired through direct experiences are weaker, are held with less confidence, are the basis of slower, more deliberate responses, and exert strong effects on behavior. So, as compared to the attitude acquired through indirect experience, and attitude acquired through direct experience is the result of exert strong effects on behavior. It has a great impact on the behavior. Therefore, the answer is D. Next one, a person who is trained to perceive someone will be better able to produce attitude change if he uses a lot of gestures, speaks rapidly and does not deliberately set out perceived as, speaks slowly and does not deliberately set out perceived as, speaks normally and deliberately set out perceived as. So therefore, the answer is B. Speaks rapidly and does not deliberately set out perceived as, so that a person is trying to persuade someone will be better able to produce attitude change. And next one is one of the factors that plays a key role in determining attitude importance is how much impact the attitude has on the individual. This factor is called social identification, self-interest, value relevance, and attitude comparison. So the answer is self-interest is the impact that attitude has on the individual. And last one is if an attitude helps a person to organize and interpret diverse information, the attitude serving dash, call it as dash function, self-identity, self-esteem, knowledge, and self-expression. So the answer is not a self-identity, not a self-esteem, nor a self-expression. So the answer is knowledge. So knowledge is a way a person to organize and interpret diverse information, the attitude serving the function, call it as knowledge. So these are the references I have taken to collect the data of various theories of attitude. So thank you for watching this video.